Welcome to another edition of Shop Talk. We are running just a little bit behind because I had some technical difficulties, which tends to happen. I need to look into the latest version of OBS. I don't know. This one's just kind of finicky. But we're just going to wait for some of y'all to tune in, and then we'll get to talking about some stuff. Some of the it's actually something I've been. What's up, Rye Beats? Shan,
Hey,
do you have your chat popped up?
I do.
Oh, nice! You're on top of it.
Well, I've had 8 minutes.
I guess the extra.
Hey, Leonardo.
The extra 8 minutes that we need to get set up. What's up, Leonardo?
Hey, Nick.
How's things going over there, Rye Beats? I saw your vlog about it being your last print job that you're gonna do in your garage there. He's moving into his new home.
That's awesome.
Which is awesome. Nick Tate, what is up?
Mark, yo!
Shannon with the yo.
That's a shop gnome yo.
Shop gnome yo. Excuse me. We got to be very formal here, and she is the shop gnome indeed. So yeah, let's go ahead
Hey, Tommy.
and. Rybeat says it's getting anxious to move. I bet, dude.
I hate
Man,
moving.
Yeah. Moving is pretty stressful. I can say that for sure.
Unpacking is fun because you get to figure out where all the new stuff goes. I like unpacking. I hate fucking moving.
I don't care for either, really. It stresses me out. That's for sure. But I think it stresses anybody.
Yeah,
I mean, if you like the unpacking process, I think that's great. To me, it's like moving, and then you gotta get your new place set up and all that. The old place cleaned up. But anyhow, let's go ahead and switch things over so that way y'all can see our lovely mugs here, and then we'll talk about our topic. Hey, way to go, Apollo! Way to run into the stand there. All right, let's kick it. What is going on, everybody? So today we're just going to put out our contract screen print price list for you guys to take a look at if you could use our help. Lately we've been getting requests for contract screen printing from YouTubers, so we thought it would be a great idea to put this out there for you guys to essentially, if let's say, for instance, you're on a manual or you don't have enough colors on your press to be able to tackle the job, instead of turning that job away, it'll be a great way for you to be able to retain that client, do some of the jobs that you're capable to do inside your shop, and then you can have someone like ourselves help you guys out. And so we're gonna give you a little bit of a rundown of it.
And the rules.
And the rules that go along with it. And I also think it will be inspirational for those of you out there that are thinking about getting into contract screen printing. You'll kind of see how we have things set up. And it's a catalog that I worked on for months. We probably still need to go back and tweak it a little bit, but I worked on it for a long time. I'm pretty happy with it. We've been using this for a while now, I'd say since the end of last year. Do you recall when I finally finished the thing?
No, it was beginning of this year, actually, because it was for 2020.
I do know that I was like waiting to put anything up on YouTube about it because we were trying to keep the whole Anatol thing on the low. And there's a picture of an Anatol press in there. It's just like a generic picture, so there are some things that still need to change, obviously. Like, say, for instance, the hold screen, I still need to work on some video of... I just need to change that out. A lot of these little projects take up a lot of time. Not only that, on top of everything else.
A lot of time.
Everything else we have going on around here. And then also just with, the state of the world at the moment. So we're gonna go ahead and pull this up. Shannon, do you want to talk about some of the little? I don't. We'll give them the Cliff Notes version of the very first couple of pages, because really this is just to cover your butt
Freaking hell.
and our butt
No,
as
no,
screen printers.
I don't. That's like a
Um,
pop quiz.
it
And
it
all I know is to go to the contract pricing, and I just already instinctively know when I'm supposed to do the upcharges.
why is Apollo eating some
Apollo!
streamers, or not streamers? Those are napkins
Yeah, those
from
are
this.
napkins.
Okay, but I'm gonna
No.
pull this up, and then obviously if you would like this, if you would like our price list, just email us at info@Mikey Designs. I'll put it in the chat real quick. Something else I'm thinking about. Where the hell did my chat go? There it is. But I'll put our email in there if you're interested in it.
All right. Well,
And not only that, I think it'll be good for you guys as well to kind of see something that you could put together with a little bit of time here and there. Again, it took me like 3 months to do it. Depending on your skill level and programs and all that, you know, it might take a little longer. You might be able to knock it out faster. And if you want to, you can open up the PDF once we send it over and kind of use it as a template. I really don't care. You can use it all you want to, but you know, just don't copy it verbatim. We've had people completely copy our website, and I'm like, hey, what the heck is going on? I was like, I don't mind if you kind of use the pricing and everything, but don't just go in there and change the phone number out and be like, I put this together. You know, kind of make it your own, or
okay,
just come up with something completely original on your own. What were you gonna say?
well, hi, Bad Brad. TM, he's printing tonight. He wants to say hi, but he's listening in.
Oh, cool, awesome,
Hey,
man.
Jim, and they're all excited, just saying hi to each other and talking.
Yeah, it's one of the reasons we enjoy doing the whole shop talk lives on Mondays is getting to talk to you guys. We could just make our lives just about chatting, but also I kind of like to make it useful in a sense to kind of.
And I like interrupting him.
Yeah, she definitely likes interrupting me, but it, you know, if we
Don't drop it.
can, essentially help you guys out in some way with our live chats rather than just being shooting the crap the whole time. That's what we're trying to do here, is just make the channel
Drop
as
it.
educational as possible. And Apollo's eating some more stuff. What has he got now? More napkin? Apollo's eating some napkins off the floor. Thank you, Apollo. Or he tore up a packet of napkins. We appreciate that, Apollo. We appreciate that. You want to go to the chat real
I'm
quick
already here.
before? I know you're there, but I'm just going to pull it up on screen and say hello to anybody else that's just now kind of joining in. 8-Ball Imaging, what's up, dude? Bad Brad, I know Shan's probably said hello to some of you guys, but I personally want to say hello. Tommy, what's going on? I appreciate the birthday wishes and for all your help with everything you do. I still want to get the banner thing over to you. So you guys out there, if you need banners, get a hold of Tommy. He can fix you up. 3 good space for auto.
They're talking about garage.
Oh, okay. Is Tommy gonna get an auto soon?
No, it's Rybeats.
Rybeats?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Tom, three. I see. I'm not up to par with what's going on in the chat, but I see now. Yeah, that would be awesome. Right. I know Rybeats has talked about getting an auto, but you know, these things all take time. As everybody knows, it's not a small investment. Anyhow, so I'm gonna find the catalog and then we'll just go over it. Shouldn't take too long. And if you guys have any questions, just let us know, because we do more than just screen printing in this price list. Really, it lists everything that we do and what we can do in house, aside from the embroidery. I mean, if you don't have an embroiderer, we can help you out with that too. But just know that that will be something that's outsourced and is not completely 100% within our control. Isn't that right, Shannon?
Yeah. Yeah, that's a fun conversation I always have to them. Being like, look, you gotta understand. I can push you in the front of the line for the printing, but you know what? When it comes to the embroidery, I am a little bundle of charming impotence. That's all I can say. I have zero say. I am sorry. This is the time.
That's why we need to get that embroidery machine so we can just do it ourselves. Right, Shannon?
No.
Yeah.
Nah.
That sounds awesome. We have the automatic
okay, you wore
out
me
there.
down on the auto, okay?
We got an embroidery machine out there.
I don't want that.
We can stick you on it and make sure Michelle keeps her job. Have you talked to her today?
A couple days ago.
Okay. I mean, I talked to her late last week. Update on Michelle. She's doing well with the quarantine and all that stuff. She can't come to the shop, so she'll be back. We're going to bring her in to get some work done, but I just don't want her to overextend and really push the order that's into effect. Ourselves, we've been here at the shop kind of on and off as need be to get things done. So
anyways, so Ella Feed Custom wants to know how we're holding up with everything.
We're doing fine. We've got orders haven't dried up. We're getting requests and all that. We're probably not as busy as it normally would be, which is why if we were, I'd say, Michelle, come on. But I mean, at this moment, we're busy enough for the two of us.
Shit, there's barely enough for me to do. It's mostly just jobs at this point.
So in other words, we got jobs to print, and the phone calls have been quieter. The emails, the walk-ins. I think Shannon today put up a little sign.
I did
on the door.
I said we're not accepting walk-ins at this point. Make an appointment.
Right. So here we go at our marketing online. You know what I mean? So this is part of it. I encourage you guys to do the same if you have a YouTube, whatever the case may be, social media and all that. So we're going to put this out there, and if you guys could use it, then we'd be happy to work with you and help each other out. So here we go. Let me pull this up real quick, and then we'll bring it over to the desktop view. You have something to say before I do, Shannon?
Yeah, there's a question that you might want to just do before I forget.
Okay, yeah. Let's take a look ski. What's the question?
Mr. Raman, I'm gonna assume I'm saying that partly correctly. If you had the funds, would you suggest going straight to auto?
Yes.
Really?
Yep.
Are you sure?
Uh-huh.
Because I think you learned a lot on the manual.
There's a lot of pros to learning how to do things manually, but I would say it all depends on what you're trying to do, really. If you're wanting those larger orders, if you're wanting to do more intricate art on t-shirts that require on average 6 colors, then I definitely would say an automatic. Jumping right into that would be a good way to go, having that volume and having a desire to do, those 6 color jobs. Yeah, I would say go for it. Aside from that, there's nothing wrong with jumping into a manual. I'm sure there's a lot of guys out there that could tell you that have a manual just how they can't wait to get into an automatic.
You'll appreciate it a hell of a lot more, I'll tell you that.
Because it just makes the job easier, really. And I use this analogy with Shannon occasionally. Beforehand, before we had the auto, is kind of like my comparison to going to the grocery store on either your bicycle or in a car. You're gonna get to your destination and back. It's how fast you get there, how much more or less effort you're having to put into it. Your bicycle's not near as much of as the cost of a car. There's more expenses associated with an automatic. I'll say that at the end of the day, after doing 500 prints with 5 or 6 colors, I'm not completely exhausted, and the next day I can get back at it. Versus if I had to do 500 shirts manually with 6 colors in one day, I would say I'm not printing anything the next day.
Whereas, for my case, though, being on the other end, it's the exact flip.
Well, which is a good point, because even though if Shannon is, say for instance, we're doing a lot of prints and she's getting a little overwhelmed, you still, at least you're getting production done and can have a catch bin and then stack things later on. Versus when you're doing things manually, obviously it's going to be easier on the person. You might not even need a person catching, really.
Oh, really? Is it true?
Don't be a dork. You're needed at the opposite end.
I was hoping you just gave me an all clear, going out in the shop.
You already said you don't have shit to do in the office because you're not answering phone calls or taking walk-ins. So what else are you gonna be doing? Sitting at the opposite end, catching them t-shirts. I don't want to hear it. What else would you be doing? Watching whatever the hell, that kanji or whatever it's called. Anime. What is a kanji? I don't even know what
kanji is. The formal Japanese writing.
Whatever.
Oh, don't you whatever me. I'm getting a tattoo of it.
Yeah, you better earn that tattoo and start stacking some t-shirts. Get a tattoo. I'm just gonna sit in here and draw and get a tattoo. Anyways, let's get over to what I'm sure everybody has been waiting for, is this
me throwing things at your head.
Definitely not. But so here it is. There's the cover and everything. Very nice. I need to go back and update that picture. But anyhow, it just gives a little bit about us, lets you know to read our terms and conditions and all that stuff. And it deals with spoilage rate, providing garments, if you're going to provide garments, which is fine. If you want us to provide them, we're gonna do a little bit of an upcharge on the shirts, which is 20%.
Gavin, I do too. Go on.
We do estimates, orders, all that stuff. Talks about supplying your artwork, turnaround time, submitting an order change, canceling an order, graphic design services, and all that stuff. Mock-ups. We send over mock-ups for every order. Generally, you need to provide your own mock-ups, but we'll send a mock-up over with your order just to be sure that you're going to be happy with the print size.
I can't even read the text in there.
The screen fee policy essentially is $20 a screen. We're not going to hold on to your screen because we go through the screens quick, and repeat orders just.
And that's something you actually have to explain to your clients. They're like, so do I still have to pay the setup fee when I make a second order? And you got to explain the screens are actually finite. Like we can't just keep everybody's screen that plans with a grain of salt to keep their screen for forever.
We can buy a new screen and then just charge you $55 for the screen, but at some point we're still going to have to reclaim that or make a new screen anyways, because they only last so many prints. Anyhow, so gradients, halftones, and all that, submitting your art that's appropriate for doing that. Puff, high density additives, poly, nylon specialty, PMS color matching, requesting for that, special inks, stock vinyl numbers, transfer applications, meaning we do provide HTV, which we'll get into here in a moment. And then it just kind of breaks down the imprint appearance. If you want the colors to be bright, you will need that white underbase. If if you want a washed out look on a color shirt, obviously, then you probably won't need the underbase, and then light shirts don't require white underbase. Depending on the art, we might need to add some white. It just all depends. Your minimum order, which is $35, we can't do anything. We might bend a little bit and do 25, but if you're like after $5 worth of work, it's not happening. Our show powers, your support and concerns, all that stuff. Standard print locations, folding bagging, imprint tolerances, payment and refund policy, which everybody loves talking about. You know, the 50% down, and essentially what we're doing to Cliff Notes it all is it's custom, and you know, once we print it on the thing, there's once the order's submitted, there's not a refund on that 50%, because that's just we got to get paid for our time, essentially. Art services. There has been a few of you that have inquired about art services, and we do offer that. We offer graphic design services at $50 an hour. This is how much we charge. You guys are more than welcome to compare and contrast your pricing and everything. We do offer vectorizing services. Don't send it overseas. Support your folks right here.
Especially now.
Even though if you're overseas, you know, you need help, we'll be happy to help you. Just know that that's what we charge if you do want us to do it. Sure, there's people that do it cheaper, but this is what we're going to charge.
Matt's been in this for about 1 million years, so you know what we charge for what his quality is worth.
Yeah, we've got the $10. Have used some of their services in the past. I'm just like, why'd I waste $10? Anyhow,
well, that was when we got Michelle.
Mock-ups, again, they're $10 per garment type if you want us to provide mock-ups, and you don't provide mock-ups yourselves. I know I did say that we provide a proof. However, if you have a job that where you're wanting a mock-up for every single different type of garment that you provided us, and there's like 20 different garments in there, we're going to charge $10 per garment, because we're taking that,
and that's him being the nice guy.
That's us taking the actual, like an actual picture of the garment or finding it online, putting the artwork on it, and we send not only a proof that has our branding on it, but a generic proof that has no branding on it whatsoever.
And this is a gamble that they'll even take it. So yeah, you need to be charged for it.
Right. Embroidery, digitizing, we charge $50 for that.
And that we actually did model after the people that we outsourced to. That's what they would charge. So we took that pricing model from them.
Right. And then supplied art specs. I'm sure a lot of you guys are familiar with the AI, PDFs, EPSs, Photoshop documents, EPSs, TIFFs, JPEGs, 300 DPI if it's going to be a raster image. Vector is preferred as always, but I know it's not always the case. And then screen printing, as far as our setups, options, and all that, we went over the $20 screen fee. We're not holding your screen. This is just $20 per screen per job. And we don't hold on to the screens.
And that's the same for whether or not it's contract or for a regular client. That one just stays the same. Unless they start negotiating.
Right. And also we have our PMS fee. So we got a fee for that. We have an oversized print fee. All these things, color changes and all that. Specialty prints, what they are essentially is, if we're doing a sleeve print, a pocket print, safety wear, shorts, pants, fleece, zipper, garments, tote bags. Tote bags aren't as bad, but they're things that require the spray adhesive or switching out to a specialty palette. Right. So we put a 1.5% charge on that because it takes more time changing out palettes, all that fun stuff. So we obviously add to that cost. Glitter, printing on polyester, shimmer, ink, puff. Polyester is 50% markup on that price. The others are 100% because they're a little more difficult to do, and they require some more time. It's not like your traditional. If we're just doing Plastisol, we set things up, print and go. Everything's dialed in. We got to spend some time making sure everything's right, and we spend our time making sure our Plastisol prints are on point. With your specialty inks and all that stuff, they take a little bit more babysitting, so to speak. And then here's some of our standard house colors, some of the brands that we use. Specialty inks, your glitters, your metallics, your glow in the darks, your fluorescent colors. Depending on the fluorescent color, it might fall under standard, but for the most part, we do upcharge for the fluorescent inks. And then here is our print cost per location, and what that means is essentially, a front print is one location, your back print's another location. I'm sure you guys are familiar with all that, but this is the pricing for that. We don't do more than 6 colors for orders up to, once you get to 24 shirts, we'll do 8+ colors, because there's just a lot of setup time that goes into it. There's a lot of screen printers that won't even entertain doing more than 4 colors for that small of amount. But
to be fair though, we have made mistakes with this in the past.
With which part?
With
doing
the amount of colors.
8 colors for 12 shirts.
Yeah, well, but that's also because you weren't happy with the way the print looked, and so we were like, oh, screw it, let's just add the other screens.
There's a lot of times when you're doing some sort of spot process, when you get into the 6 color range, it takes some more time to really dial it in. You have to do quite a bit of test prints in order to, at least for me, I like to make sure things are right for, half the time when you do 6 colors on 12 shirts, things are finally just getting dialed in as they should be after the 12th shirt, if you haven't ran off a million test prints to begin with. So, and the other section just talks about having an underbase, which we talked about for a moment. If you're on a color shirt, you're going to need a white base unless you want it to look like a vintage print. So there's all our pricing. Again, email us at info@mikeydesigns.com if you'd like a copy of this. Even, if you could use our services, or even if you just want to take a look at it and knock it off a little bit. Here's our print locations that we can do, and some of our standard sizes, what we consider an oversized print. And then just same thing for youth locations. Those are going to be a little bit smaller. A lot of times we get clients that are trying to fit both youth and adult size prints together, which we can do. We know what the maximum size print that we can do on a youth extra small is, so you're more than welcome to discuss that with us, and we'll be happy to walk you through it. The next thing are heat transfer vinyl, HTV. We do numbers. We offer doing not only numbers, but here's some of the quantities. If you're just wanting numbers that are weeded and mailed to you, our price is $1 per inch for custom plotting, and then we got some set pricing for just block font numbers and all that. So we have pricing for that as well. Custom vinyl names, shapes, all that stuff. If you need something done custom, that's 80 cents. Okay, yeah, so the vinyl numbers was $1 per inch. And then, hold on a second, some potential spam is calling me. So for custom designs, it's 80 cents per inch. And if you want us to actually heat press it on there, it's $1 per design. However, we can weed and send you the vinyl, however many copies you need of it. Just know that it's 80 cents per inch. That may wiggle depending on how complicated your art is, but that's kind of the base. So you'll just have to send your art over if it's something that's going to require a lot of weeding, the price will reflect that. But for your pretty basic stuff, 80 cents per inch. Here's some of the colors that we use. We like to use Caesar and
Hey, you got the name right.
thank you. I'm drawing a blank now on what the other one's called. Thermoflex. There we go. We do Thermoflex as well. I tend to like Thermoflex. Caesar tends to be a little more popular, so you can just let us know about if you do want Thermoflex, we can provide that for you. And then custom vinyl decals and all that, we charge $2 per inch. If you need it installed, we're going to charge $50 per hour for the install. So we do custom stickers for people as well, multiple colors if you need it. So just give us a holler if you need some custom stickers. We really don't showcase a whole lot of that on our channel, but we do.
Gordon that is in order for them, but they're all radio silenced right now.
Right, but we do stickers, and we'll have some more content of that coming up. I think a lot of you guys are quite curious about some of the more complicated things, and doing stickers isn't too difficult to figure out. It's a little easier, less of a learning curve, I would say. We also do foil. We can get all kinds of different colors. Doing foil, there is it does cost a little more, and that's because the process is more tedious. You have to cut out the foil and heat press it. So, I mean, it's kind of a two-step process rather than it just being coming off the press and going through the dryer. So. Embroidery, again, we do not do it in-house, but if you want us to handle it, we do just have a small markup on what our wholesale vendor would charge us, and that's just for our time. Just if you want to come to us and for us just to handle everything, we can take care of that for you. Neck tags and post press, I think you guys are pretty familiar with. Neck labels, it's $5 per size, and then and that's a setup fee. And then depending on the quantity, it's anywhere from $2.50 on down to 45 cents a label. Flip folding, poly bagging, size stickers, unbagging. Each one of those individually we charge 25 cents for. So it's 25 cents a shirt. If you want it flip folded, bagging is another 25 cents. Tossing on a sticker. Unbagging. We charge for unbagging too. So if you do happen to send us 500 shirts that need to be unbagged, just know that we're going to charge to unbag those things, because any job that we get that is some sort of garment that's in a bag and they send a few hundred, it takes a couple hours just
450 took me and Panda 2.5 hours. I couldn't move my arms the next day.
So there you have it. We got to get paid for our time, because our pricing, as you can see, is pretty reasonable. And we essentially, that's just for the order coming in and out being as seamless as possible. And we're just getting paid for our time in ink, essentially.
And guys, before he goes any further, I just want to point this out before he goes further into it with finishing up. This isn't us advertising. This is maybe to give you guys an idea on all the things that you could need to consider when you start doing contract pricing. This isn't us advertising. Well, this is us giving you ideas, and this is how we did our model.
It is us advertising in a sense, because I'm not going to say that I'm not advertising.
Well, I don't think I would have agreed to it if I know it was advertising. I thought we were just giving them like a model, like of an example of how to do it.
Don't listen to Shannon. This is us advertising, because this is our channel saying that, hey, if you want to work together, here's our pricing. But also it is so that way you guys can also, hey, here's what we're charging and perhaps what you should be charging. So it's both.
Okay.
So I don't think there's anything wrong with us saying, hey, here's our pricing. If you need contract pricing.
You can't really read it on here.
I know you can't, which is why they're going to email us for the catalog. So if you
Tommy texted me. He's saying he wants one.
Okay, so there you go. We'll send it out to you guys. regardless if you need our services or not, or if you just want to check it out and are kind of looking for some sort of inspiration for putting together your own pricing and everything. Obviously, this is more than just a sales sheet. It's a catalog, and I one of the reasons I wanted to put this together was just to kind of really outline everything for our contract clients that have questions. A lot of times they do just jump to the particular part of the price sheet that a lot of them are interested in, the screen printing, how much are screen fees and the print costs. But we wanted to outline everything in there. So this next section is let me get through this real quick.
I'm shutting up.
We're almost finished. We do rebox if you want that done. There's a fee for that because obviously boxes aren't cheap. A lot of times those Gildan boxes do come beat up. So if you want to make a good presentation to your client, that's a good way to go. We also do ship out, drop ship, so to speak. We'll ship it to your client. We're not going to individually ship shirts out. We don't do that kind of shipping, but we will ship it blind and include, which we have yet to do. We need to make these cards up. So you might want to ignore the thank you card part for now. If you want to send us along with your apparel, something you want put in there, we'll toss those in there for you. And we can also screen print your logo onto the boxes for you for an additional fee, which is outlined. And then here's the shipping map, our turnaround times and everything. Standard turnaround time, 7 to 10 business days, 15 business days during peak season. Depending on how this year goes, that may change. But just know it can take from anywhere from 10 to 15 business days. And then the shipping map is how many days it's going to take for these items to get to you. We are in Texas, so just about anywhere in Texas is going to take a day. If you're in New Mexico, damn, I think I need to... Okay, no, that looks fine. Anyhow, you'll be able to take a look at this map and know whether or not it's even feasible for you to use us, because if it's taking us 2 weeks to do something and then you're in a area where it takes 5 days to ship, you're gonna have to weigh that out.
But we do
yourself.
do rush fees.
Yes, we do rush fees though. And then last but not least, our contact information and all that stuff. Woo! All right, I feel like I just went through a rundown of what the year is going to be like at school or something like that. I'm just kidding. But I mean, I hope you guys found that interesting. And if you do want to use some of our services, there it is. Hey, Shannon, everybody can see you. How you doing over there?
Waking back up.
Let's go over to the chat and see what's going on. Now that we got that out the way, blah, 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 we're going to just kind of shoot the crap with y'all and see if any of y'all have any questions about the contract pricing or just screen printing in general. Just let us know what questions you do have, or otherwise we're just gonna chat it up. So one question I see immediately, I don't know where you last left off yet.
Very far up.
Okay, because I see Bad Brad has a question.
Yeah.
Well, do you know where you're at?
I know where I was.
Well, I'm going to go from the bottom then. 8-Ball Imaging, we sew HTV and decals also. That's awesome. A brochure brings character and confidence to the end user, says Tom Mel. This is true. I appreciate it. Bagging is a effing must. I price out a 70 shirt order. Client brings in case all in bags. What the F? Now I will ask anyone that brings in products I know now to charge first. Yes, I agree. I definitely would charge.
We actually had one of our contract printers, the $450 one, or the 450 count one, that we ended up tacking on because we didn't know they were going to be in bags. She never came back to us because she was like, I didn't know. And she's like, I didn't know you'd be charging for that. I was like, I didn't know they were coming in bags.
Yeah, and
seriously, 2.5 hours. 2.5 $2. Two
Yeah.
people.
Yeah, so we had to talk to her about that, and that apparently didn't go very well.
Yeah, so she stopped
Someone,
coming to us.
how the heck is there an ad in the middle of a live? I have no idea. I apologize that didn't come on, but I don't know what to do about that just yet. Hey, Matt and Shannon, long time no view. Glad you guys are still doing well through this COVID dilemma. This
Sort of.
is indigenous, but now N8 IV
Oh, it's
native.
Can I still call you
What?
indigenous?
Yeah, can we call you indigenous? I'm gonna call it. Is there a specific way that you say N8? N8 4?
Native.
Huh?
Native.
Native. Awesome. I don't know.
You know, skater boy.
I'm gonna call you native now.
Skater.
But yeah, long time no here,
SK8.
man. Glad to have
Here.
you back, and we hope you're doing well on your end. So, man, good to have you. Good visualization on the print location looks dope. I appreciate that. How about the different types of color separation ready for print files?
This is my job.
All right, you read the next one off.
Well, I don't even know where you freaking are in this thing.
Okay. So when it comes to colors and separation and all that, we'll have to discuss that when you send it out. Like, say for instance, for us, I have to see the image to say this is how I would like to print it. If someone were already sending separations over, I mean, we could print their separations, but I'd prefer to separate it myself, so that way I know what I'm looking out for. I don't know how much trap or any of that stuff is on there or how it was separated, so we prefer to get the art in and say, this is X amount of colors. We're going to use spot process, whatever the case may be. Do you see where we're at now, Shannon?
No, I went back to the beginning. I figured we meet in the middle.
Okay, so Bad Brad, Matt, do you do logos? Yes, I do. We do different types of logos, anything from corporate stuff to more. When I say corporate, it's pretty simple, kind of pictogram type stuff, just kind of clean stuff, and then we do more elaborate stuff as well. And we do t-shirt designs. Also, let's see. Arab, hey Mikey, what's going on? Rybeats says fired, 2 fires and 2 thumbs up. All right. Appreciate it, Rybeats. If you were planning to reuse a screen multiple times, do you do anything extra to it in prep? Freddie.
Explain to me why I'm here.
Are you there yet?
That's where I was.
Okay.
Well,
Take over. Actually, I would like
you just
for you.
read the question.
I would like for you to answer this question then.
No,
Is there anything we do to prep the screens if we are going to reuse them?
like the same screen.
Yeah, so say for instance our longtime client that starts with the
I know who you're talking about.
what do we do with the screen?
Check to see if there's any wear and tear. Tape it over, and then just reuse it.
There you go. There's not really a whole lot of prep that goes to it aside from we might use a little bit of ink wash to get the ink out, and then we set it aside. With that particular client that we're talking about, they're a repeat client, and it's one screen that we have to keep stored away.
She's probably the only one that we do save a screen for.
Yeah, I mean, we've did it for other clients and we still have the screens sitting out there, but I mean, it's almost been a year since they've ordered. Now with everything that's going on, with there being the social distancing, they have a shop in which people physically come in. I know they do some online and Facebook marketing and all that, but it's a retail shop, and I don't really plan on hearing back from them anytime soon. And
Talking
so
about
that's
the ones that we
Taylor? Tyler. Excuse me, Tyler.
Oh,
You hadn't thought about that, have
I
you?
haven't.
Yeah.
Shit,
But
'cause
it's
this is about the time he'd be putting in an order.
yeah. So I mean, we've made special kind of. We'll work with repeat clients and we'll hold on to the screens. But I mean, for the most part, by the time they order again, I mean, the screen's been sitting up for so long, it's just might as well make a new screen
But
anyways.
anyways,
And we
no,
end up
no, we
charging
don't do
them.
no prep. No, we don't do no prep. Oh God, listen to my language.
Heck
No, we do
yeah,
not do
that-
any prep.
That you've been in Texas a little too long.
I've been listening to you for too long. But yeah, no
Better shut
special
your
prep except minus, maybe clean out some ink and make sure that the screen hasn't ripped or the emulsion hasn't gotten like weird around the borders.
Yeah, because I mean, eventually it'll start breaking down. You can add some hardener or whatever to it, but I mean, they all will start to break down after thousands of prints.
All right, so you got to these people. All right. And by the way, hi Indigenous. I've missed you. Lucian, not gonna do that one. Wait, there's more. Levi Apparel, stimulus, stimulus, stimulus. Yeah. I don't know what that means.
I'm sure it's referring to the stimulus package that
Okay.
Sir Isaac Newton put out there. We have Donald Trump.
001 miss. Okay. Again, not doing. How much would it make for one design on one dry fit shirt? Good question. Not something that we handle.
We do heat press on a handful of shirts, but again, our minimum is 35. So if you want one shirt done, we'll charge you $35.
Or I'll send you somebody else.
And that's how we handle our walk-ins as well. It's not like, hey, we're trying to, because it's one shirt, mark the price way up. I mean, a lot of the times these one-off shirts can take up to an hour's worth of time, and $35 really just,
we charge $50 an
covers-
hour, and so 35 is pretty fair.
Yeah, it covers our time, because setting up the art and all that stuff just to do one shirt, that's what makes it worth it for us. And
We do have an under minimum. I don't know if you went over this in the contract thing.
yeah, no, I did not. So I'll let you handle that part, because I didn't even think about it. I'm sure I just kind of skimmed through it.
We can do it. Like if I'm really trying to land a deal, I will tell them, yeah, we can do under the 12 minimum, but there's a $20 under minimum fee. And I forgot to tell you about this actually.
Yeah.
That guy that sent us the contract pricing today, like in case we got overloaded.
Oh, the guy
He
that
had a really cool thing, like an idea, like that he sent in his contract pricing for under 12. Every color is $5.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
That's not a bad thing.
So
That'd be charging more than we are. So I'm just like, maybe that's what we should be
something
doing.
that's a good idea if you're putting together your own contract pricing, and it's something you're considering, especially now with everything going
Very
on,
nice guy too.
to kind of help maybe fill in the gaps a little bit. I'd take a look at multiple companies' pricing, because everybody prices things differently. We've seen many different ways of pricing, and this is just kind of what's working for us right now, and make sure it
But
just covers
I
our
like
tails.
that.
And I think that's all. Like, say for instance, there's I can't think of the name of the company, but you'll also see as someone that offers contract printing, that you'll get somebody that is wanting to work with you, and you're like, hey, so and so charges whatever it is, depending on how much work they're going to give you, whatever the case may be. If you decide you want to work with them on the pricing and all that, I forget the name of the company, but for under, I think it was under 24, maybe it was under 12, they charged X amount of dollars per color, almost like he's saying.
Mm-hmm.
And I think it was like $20 to do, let's say, if it's under 12, so it'd be $20 to print off those 11 shirts, 40 for a 2-color job, 60 for so on and so forth. I think it got up to, like, they wouldn't do more than 6 colors, and it was about $120 to do less than the 20 shirts.
It was the way that they termed it was as a print sample. That I know. I think that was very clever too. But also, guys.
So is that not including? I didn't mean to interrupt you, but is that not including a screen fee?
Mm-mm.
Oh, so that's just the charge for the one runoff.
That's the print sample.
See, there we go. I learned something. We might want to adopt that into our own pricing.
I was gonna tell you about that, but you've been running around like a crazy person.
Yeah.
But also, guys, keep in mind a lot of this when you're doing the compare and contrasts, everything is regional. Like we do not charge what, say, Tommy's charging, because he's up in New York.
Tommy,
and the prices are a little bit different there.
What are you charging, Tommy?
Don't ask him that.
I'm just messing. Rude. I'm just messing with Tommy.
So I'm just saying everything's regional. Everything's gonna be charged like on their area, and so keep in mind, guys. Sometimes it might be worth finding something a little bit further away if you can get a better price on it. So Houston actually is one of like the lower ones I've discovered.
Yeah. So in other words, if you're in an area where you can ask for that price, the higher price, and then there's shops like ourselves where we can do the printing for you at a lesser cost, and then essentially increasing your profit margins for the job at hand.
Like a good amount of our clients right now are actually coming from the East Coast and the West Coast, not in town.
Right. I don't think there's a whole lot of, I mean, we do have our contract clients that
I'm not even saying contract. I'm just saying in general.
Well, just in general. But so, I mean, that all corresponds with what we're talking about here in the sense that, if someone's coming to us and getting something at a lower price, and then, they're able to mark it up so that way they can make their money. But I mean, we have people here in town as well where they're marking it up. Essentially how we normally would go pricing things, that's how they would price it, but we're giving them the send us the t-shirts and art, save us that headache kind of thing, and we'll send you a proof and print the shirts, pack them up.
That's kind of like how we do the outsourcing thing. We mark it up like, okay, I'm not gonna lie, I threw a fit when I found out what we're actually marking it up. But for the embroidery, for the contract itself, that's kind of like what we're doing. Right. Yeah, just save us a headache. Here they are. Go.
Yeah. Exactly.
Of course, we're still, now that I think about it though, we're still expected to send the files and the mock-ups and the order forms and the hats, and then talk to them 5 times before everything gets done.
Well,
that's not less of
most of the time we're getting that along with screen printing. So it's not often that someone comes to us and are like, hey, we want solely embroidery, your contract pricing on embroidery. Generally they have the few hundred shirts to go with it, a few hundred pieces of embroidery, and we're doing the mock-ups and all that stuff anyways and talking with them. So
I'm not gonna lie though, I did pitch a fit when I found out the mock-up embroidery pricing.
Yeah, and that's just contract stuff. I mean, what we're charging our traditional clients and all that is different, because that's business to business pricing versus direct.
Right, but like I said, he's consumer. I'm a shark. He is not. So I get greedy, and that's that's on me. That's on me. That's on me.
Which is why she's the one handling this stuff.
I just look for any like instinctive red flags.
And then when you're not handling that stuff, you got to get your butt out there and stack some shirts.
I do.
Not when Michelle's here. I'm all out there by my lunch. So I'm like, hey, I need someone to come out here and stack some shirts.
That's not true, and you know it. You're exaggerating.
No, I'm not, man. Well, watch. I'm gonna once we get Michelle back in here, I'm going to get some video of you guys working hard in here we'll have a side by side comparison. Not that y'all don't work hard in here. There is a certain point in the day when y'all get a lot of things done, and then y'all get a moment to chat while I'm out there, and I'm just kind of like
Well, to be
doing my
fair,
thing,
you're
getting
kind
stuff
of stuck
done.
out there anyways because she's on this computer. You have to use the other one.
Right.
And then I'll come
but
out there and you're watching YouTube.
I'm not watching you. That's like at the end of the day, but while it'll be 6 o'clock, and then Michelle will hang out until 7 o'clock.
She's not being paid to hang out till 7 o'clock.
I know that. Well, I'm not paying her to hang out till 7 o'clock and y'all chat for an hour. That's me kind of like
playing with the dog.
Well, there you go. See, you're in here chatting it up, and for me, I like to just have a little downtime. I like to decompress a little bit, where it's not exactly coming in here and socializing and being like, hey, who got what done today. It's I do need some time in the day to like decompress from everything. That's my her thing's playing with the dog. Yours is chatting her ear off while she says and mine is
so mean.
watching some YouTube videos and or replying to comments on her channel.
Oh my god, that is so mean. I've only actually ever noticed that happen once.
Well, I hope that this was helpful in us showing you our pricing, how we go about doing things.
Can we say goodbye? Can we say hi to some people?
Yes, I just want to kind of conclude this real quick, and I hope it was helpful. Not only that, but if you guys do want to work with us and you have something that we could help you out with, feel free to email us at info@mikeydesigns.com. So we're going to go over to the chat real quick and do some final hellos and goodbyes for those that are just showing up, and see what's going on in the chat. Shannon.
Okay. Well, now it's decided not to agree with me.
View deleted.
I didn't delete it. It's just missing, and now that I've made a fuss over it, it's quite embarrassing. Wait. I found it. There we go. Alright, let's see what we've got. Tommy, you kept deleting messages. I don't understand. But 8-Ball, I never said hi to you.
You never said hi to who?
8-Ball.
8-Ball.
Levite is laughing at something. He posted a video, and I don't think we can look at that right now.
What? Where?
In a link. You hit Tommy?
What? No, I didn't hide Tommy.
Yes, you did. It says Tom Mel was hidden by Mikey Designs. I'm sorry, Tommy. He's a jerk.
I didn't hide him. It said view.
It says Tom Mel was hidden by Mikey Designs silkscreen.
No. It said view. Look, it says view deleted message. Can you see that?
I could say that. But also underneath it says Tom Mel was hidden by Mikey Designs silkscreen.
Well, the channel must...
Right there. I can see right there where it is.
I know,
I have contacts in.
Get over here, Dorcas. Get over here.
No, you call me Dorcas.
Come over here.
No, you call me Dorcas.
It says, and I have no idea why, Tom, but it says message deleted by Mikey.
No,
it says
after
view.
After that. Okay, after Levite Apparel with the emojis.
I know, Shannon. I'm telling you what it says right here, and I didn't delete anything. It says view deleted message. It's an automated thing that...
If he got hidden, we're sorry. It was on
it says view deleted message. I'm viewing. I didn't delete anything. I think it's just YouTube. Will you stop it already? I'm telling you right now, I didn't delete anything. Levite. Shannon, I see it. Are you not listening to me?
Are you not listening to me?
Under Levite, yes. There's his message. It's
Tom
deleted.
Mel was hidden
I did not delete it.
It silkscreen.
It
didn't say delete. I'm talking about it was hidden. I
didn't hide it. I'm like having to reveal it, like it says.
I'm not talking about those messages.
You're a dork. I don't know what you're talking about. Okay, will you stop talking for a second? I get what you're saying. I didn't delete anything. I didn't hide anything. for whatever reason, YouTube decided to hide Tommy's message. I don't know what it was about. I can't even see it.
Tommy, the freaking person.
Do you want to come over here and drive the chat side of this thing? Because I have no clue. You are talking to a person that has to figure his way around all this stuff, and there's so much you got to retain in order to make some of this stuff work, and I have no idea why.
You're a genius, you're pretty, and I love what you're doing. You're doing a great
So,
job.
sorry, Tommy, I have no idea why. You know we love you, and we don't. I don't feel like there's anything he could have said that would have, hit it. So unless it was like cuss words or something, I don't know.
Do you want to come here and see?
Yeah, hold on one second. Hold on. I'm going to join Shannon over there and see what she's talking about, because she won't get her butt up and come over here and look at the admin side of thing.
The shirt is really unflattering.
So I'm going to go over there and see what she's looking at. Hold on. Let's see. No, I didn't hide him.
Well, I'm just saying, it says he's hidden now.
I know. Now get your butt up over here and come look at this side.
I believe you.
Huh?
I believe you.
Yeah, it just says view deleted message, which I didn't delete anything, so
all right, well, tell me anyways.
If Rybeats is in here, or anybody else that has a YouTube channel that is familiar with what the heck is going on,
choosing me to go to Rybeats.
well, let me know, because I have no idea. No, Rybeats would know. I mean, all
right.
LFE custom, it says message retracted. I have no idea why.
The message retracted.
But this is what I'm telling you, Shannon. Like, it automatically goes through these chats and decides what the heck it's going to. There's a whole lot of them. Why is all of Tommy's stuff?
Because it says he's hidden.
View. I have no idea why.
Anyways, Tommy, we love you. We're sorry. Nothing personal. Something snafu.
Unhide. Let's see. I don't know, Tommy. I'm going through and trying to figure out why it is it's doing it, but I have no idea.
George Lopez Design says he walked by Rybeats a few times at the the Long Beach ISS, but his massive size intimidated me. Are you kidding me? I walked past him, snatched his hat, put his hat on my head, and kept walking. And it took him like 5 seconds to realize that he turned around. I turned around. And I was like, that was cool. That was smooth.
Tom, I think I see the face on there that you put. I just I have no idea what happened. I apologize, man. So you should be able to chat away. Sorry about that, buddy.
Okay. Anyways, so now we got that out of the way, and our little
I think that took a whole 10 minutes to sort out.
You have a terrible sense of time.
Thanks, Shannon.
You have a terrible sense of time.
How long did it take? Like 5 minutes then?
2.
2? Oh, okay.
Maybe 3.
I don't know.
LV Custom, what I meant about the color separation, ready to print files. I meant it as a service, didn't see on your list.
I have no idea what you said, but awesome. Sorry, I'm just going through the chat here and trying to figure out if, because there's been a couple chats on here that, anyways, I'm not going to worry about it for today. Anyhow. All right, so it's 8:12. We appreciate everybody that has tuned in. I think we've gotten to the end of the messages. Tommy, don't hate us for the channel accidentally. I have no idea what the hell went on with that. So, yeah, that's the live. Some of the things we deal with over here.
I think you're watching Matt actually run out of steam at the moment. Like, seriously, can you hear it? Like, he's deflated now.
I'm frustrated because I'm like, I don't like. I know Tommy's, he gets it, but I don't know. It frustrates me when it does stuff like that, and I can't figure it out. And then, not only that, no, I hadn't run out of steam at all. I think we've got all the chats knocked out of the way.
Mm,
Was there anything that we had missed, Shannon?
lots.
Oh, well, go through. What are you waiting on?
You saying we're done. That's what I'm waiting on.
Yeah, because it's been over an hour, but let's make sure we get to everybody. And
Okay, hey, aka Brun. Lucian, lucky to catch the show. He's been down for a while, but happy to see community still sticks out this together.
yeah, thanks for tuning in. And
that guy's name is Nemesis.
that's one of the great things about the screen printing community. You know who I haven't seen lately is Jason. Has Jason been on today?
Mm-mm.
If anybody knows what's up with Jason, we hope everything's going well with him.
He's in a cabin.
Give us an update on Jason Ends.
All right. Well, anime-wise, Kyosar says that we should watch The Promised Neverlands, 12 episodes. Not sure if you saw that message before. We did not. I'll check it out if I can. My Hulu thing is not really agreeing with me right now for some reason. Youngsters Clothing, yo!
What's up, yo?
Created by Human, finally caught it alive. I've enjoyed the content for a while.
Oh, thank you. We appreciate it. And thanks for joining us.
When it comes to building Youngsters Clothing, when it comes to building your business / brand, is it better to create your own designs or do custom orders for a quick return on investment? I'd say both.
I'd say do both. I don't think you're going to get both ends of the spectrum. If you limit yourself to one or the other, I think you're kind of missing out on some cool projects. What else we got there, Shannon?
Well, Jim's agreeing with us about customers from California because the prices are cheaper where he is now. Demo, yeah, apparently you're done scraping curable reducer off your squeegees and screens. I hope you don't have to do that ever again. Youngster says love you to somebody. In case it's to me.
I got I think it is the Shannon, but I believe that was so one of the cool things about being able to do these videos and some of these vlogs and show what we're experiencing in the shop is not only letting you guys kind of see what goes on during the day, how we resolve things, but also some of the advice that you guys give us. I can't say that I'm finished learning how to screen print.
Michelle should secretly make a video of us when we have one of those outside terrible fights.
Oh yeah.
So people can get an idea of actually how bad it can get.
If we had a camera crew around here that filmed everything, because I tend to, whenever something's going on that probably would be on a reality TV show, like this is stuff that I don't get because I don't know. I mean, I do know, but some of our personal it's a little too personal sometimes, I guess.
Only because he calls me mean words that you guys would hate him for.
Oh, whatever. What, like a dork?
Lazy ass bitch, I think would be a nice one.
I forgot.
I like the third glaring after that.
Hey, there goes Jason Ends. I think maybe he was just listening, and it's good to hear from you, Jason. I forgot what I was saying, but the help, some of the advice that we get, like say for instance, I've been using Curable Reducer on press. It was working pretty well for the tough press, but this Anatol's a different beast. The way the flash works and all that, it's different. So with the hoodies especially, it's been kind of curing up the reducer, and there was a comment mentioning using some high temp axle grease, which I've heard of that little hack before. However, I've been hesitant to use that in particular because I'm not sure how it will react with the squeegee. I don't want to end up ruining a squeegee. But also, if it's going to have that axle grease kind of smell to it, or just some of the greases don't smell all that great to begin with. I would be fine with the smell. I don't mind the smell of some grease, but These girls over here, and anytime there's some new smell, it's like, what the hell's that?
What?
Something's burning. Or something this and that.
This I can guarantee you has never actually happened.
I'm like, nah, everything's fine.
That
smells normal.
You're being very hyperbolic at this moment because the most that has ever happened is, hey, that's a weird smell. What is that? Instead of, no, something's burning. Oh my God. You're such a drama queen.
No, I'm not.
Yeah, you are.
What? I am? Miss, I fall over boxes and when I'm not feeling good, you are not good at handling how you feel when it comes to pain.
I'm a woman.
Exhibit yesterday, this morning. You're awesome now.
I had a 24-hour headache. That was terrible.
Well, so there you go. Don't turn the lights on. I couldn't even turn any volume of anything on.
And yet you did.
No, I didn't.
It was really loud to me.
It says you that blares your stuff until like 4 o'clock in the morning.
I don't do it when you have a headache. And you went to bed at 4 o'clock in the morning. I was asleep all day because, yeah, it is about respect. And you always slam the door. But you know when you go,
next time on Shop Talk Live, we're going to talk about how to deal with
wake you up, and you just go,
with shop gnomes.
Slam. I know where our son gets it.
I'm glad that all y'all tune in, and at this point, we're just bickering as a couple back and forth. So I'm just gonna end it there, so that way y'all don't have to listen to us drone on about our personal lives. We appreciate everyone y'all tuning in. If you haven't subscribed just yet, be sure to subscribe. Be sure to like this live, like our videos that come up, comment. It helps our channel out, and as being a small business, part of what we do is, don't get me wrong, we're not making a living off of YouTube, but it definitely helps us be able to put some of that time into the channel by y'all liking, watching the videos, subscribing. Just anything you can do to help support the channel. And if you have a YouTube channel, we'll do the same. But I think we are going to get out of here for now. It's getting pretty late, and it's been a lot of fun chatting with you guys again, and going through all the contract pricing stuff with you guys. And Shannon, is there anything you want to say in particular before we get out of here?
Hey, what did the 0 say to the 8? Nice belt.
So Shannon comes through with another funny, and we are going to get out of here, guys.
He taught me that one.
I did. We hope everybody has a great week. Y'all, I know that I mentioned last time I didn't want to talk about it a whole lot, but it's awesome seeing everybody come together, and the community is just strong here with screen printing and everything like that. We appreciate y'all's support. And we will see you guys next Monday at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time. And y'all have a good one.
That.
Yeah, we'll have some videos and stuff up before then. I'll probably do some live stuff with us on the Automatic. So y'all keep an eye out for that. Keep your notifications on so that way you don't miss out on a thing. Say adios, Shannon.
Love you guys. Hearts.
We'll see y'all later.